Are you like most businesses today and having trouble finding and keeping good employees? For this week's tip, I'm going to give you 5 musts for hiring in a dental practice today. All right, so for number 1, I used to advise clients to be very leery of job hoppers. The person that was moving jobs every 6 months to a year and a half, I would tell them set those resumes aside, keep promoting, keep finding applicants. Go to that pile as a last resort. That is no longer my advice. The ever-changing economic situation has created a climate where companies can't keep up with the salary demands and employees can't stay at the rates they're making. They have to make more. So the employee that in the past would have stuck with you or been able to make it work can no longer do that. So they're moving on and the companies can't fight to keep them. So what I'm telling clients now is really take a deeper look at each applicant and find out why they moved jobs. Good, so that leads me right into number 2, which is that you must be competitive on your pay. The employees I just talked about that are leaving and looking for jobs for more money, they're looking for jobs for more money. So you have to be paying more, you have to be competitive for your area. Spend the time, do the research to find out what that means in your area. Everywhere is still a bit different. But definitely make sure you're putting it in your ads. When we hear clients tell us now that they aren't getting any applicants, the first question we ask them is, are you promoting your pay? A lot of people still aren't. They say competitive pay or good salary, high salary, that sort of thing, but they aren't actually putting the dollar figure on there. You have to put the dollar figure on there. People are looking at these ads and they're flipping through them and looking for what's going to pay them what they need to make. All right, so that takes me to number 3. You have to have a strong onboarding and training program in place. You're having to pay a lot more now for those employees, and that means that those employees have to become productive. They have to earn their keep a lot faster than they used to. You used to be able to go through the growing pains with an employee, find out what they knew, train them on what they didn't know, give them a little bit of leeway, or spend a little bit more time on this subject. You can't do that anymore. You're having to pay more, and if they don't start producing right away, out the gate, you're gonna go broke. So that's pretty easily solvable by having a really strong onboarding and training program in place. Shameless plug here. So with our DDS Success on-demand training, you can train many of the positions in your office through our video training, and the MGE program turns out some of the most productive executives in the dental industry. So make sure you check us out. All right, so for number 4. Now, number 4 is similar to 3 in that it has to do with training, but specifically, you have to be prepared to train the basics, business basics, things that in the past they either would have come out of school knowing or they would have learned early on in their careers or their high school jobs. I'm speaking specifically about how to write a business letter, how to greet a patient, the fact that when someone walks in the door, you have to look up and smile and greet them. They're so used to looking at screens today that you really have to teach people this. But it's key because this is your customer experience. You may be a great dentist, but the guy next to you might also be a great dentist. So if you want your business to grow and you want patients to stay with you, you have to teach your staff the basics, which improves customer experience. All right, and finally, number 5. I've said number 5 probably on almost all the tips I've given, but it's really key now. You have to have an HR company and an employment attorney in place. It's now Business 101. The HR legal world is changing dramatically, a lot more in favor of employees, and if you aren't kept up to date on those changes, you can make mistakes which can cost your business a lot of money and heartache. So make sure you have a legal team in place. A simple HR company and an employment attorney is really all you need, just like you have an accountant. All right, I hope this tip was helpful. Make sure that you like us and subscribe, and you can always check us out at mgonline.com or give us a call at 800-640-1140.